Hey there, I'm Adrian, the founder of Plot, and in this video I'm going to show you how to set up your script and images for the first time. So first thing to do in Plot is to get your project set up, and we just need to give it a name. And here's what a blank project is going to look like. On the left is our first scene. It has an image area, a script row, and an action row. And this box will allow you to create a new scene manually if you wanted to do it that way. I'm going to go ahead and delete that because I'm going to show you a better way, in my opinion, to get started. Now we can actually start typing our story here in the script toolbar, and you can also type it in the script row here. You can see that these two things are actually linked. So any changes you make in one will be reflected in the other. Now, if you were typing your script in Plot, you can use the shortcut Control-Enter to split your text into new scenes. And this is a way to just quickly outline your story without having to think about that ahead of time. So you can actually just type out one big block of text and then just split it up as you see fit. Now, another thing that we added for convenience is that you can delete a scene without having to worry about your text, because we're just going to simply move it to the scene on the left. And this allows you to experiment with how you might want to break up your story into scenes, and you can just remove or add without having to be worried about where your text is going to go. Okay, now let me show you a better way, and this is the way that I do it with my studio. We actually use a different program for writing our scripts, so what we do is simply paste it here once we have it all done and approved, and then we use that Control-Enter shortcut to split it into scenes, and we create an outline really quickly. So I'm just going to go ahead and skip to the end when I have this all broken up. Alright guys, so now we have our script broken up into scenes, as you can see in the toolbar, and all the different cards that has created in our project area. So now what we're going to want to do is add our images. And we also typically have an artist that is drawing them in another program. So what we typically do is upload our own, and you can do that by dragging and dropping from your computer over the browser window. And that's going to upload all of your images to the Image Library tab here. And this is going to order them by date uploaded. So if you upload new images, they'll always appear at the top. So anyway, we go ahead and we can just simply drag and drop these onto scenes. And you'll notice our storyboards can come together rather quickly when using this method. Now, this would be also a good time to go ahead and write your actions. And the action row can really be whatever you want. It can be notes or ideas, but typically you should describe what movements will be happening in the visual, since this is just a still image, and it's just describing in more detail what's going on. Now, if you need more control over your images, you can actually open the drawing tool and drop them directly on top here, and this turns it into an editable asset that you can resize and move around. And this is the preliminary idea to building a scene using other assets. We're going to get into that more in another video. Well guys, that's the basics to setting up your project inside Plot. If you have other questions, feel free to check out this FAQ link up here at the top, or you can always contact me from the chat icon in the bottom right. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you next time. Hey guys, I'm Adrian, the founder of Plot. In this video, we're going to go over the drawing tool. So first, I'm going to create a new scene, and if you hover on any scene and click the paintbrush icon, that will open the drawing tool. By default, we have this pencil brush selected, but we also have multiple brushes to choose from, and it just has various writing effects that you might find useful if you're trying to sketch something, or maybe you just want to write in a certain style. We also have an arrow tool, which you might find even more useful if you're just trying to point out something or add feedback. Now, everything that you do in this drawing tool is actually editable after the fact, such as rotating, changing colors, and even updating the thickness of strokes after you've created them. Now we also have some basic shape creation, such as circles, stars, bursts, and like the strokes, you can edit various attributes to these things after you've created them. We also have a text tool, which you can use to create text. And this is synced with the Google font library, so if you have your text selected, you can choose from various fonts in the library here. And we have basic font editing such as bold, italics, letter spacing, word spacing, all that good stuff. Now we also have a built-in clip art library which has, basic shapes and royalty-free art that you can use however you need, and it is searchable here at the top. I can type computer and it'll just pull up some various options for us. Again, not going to be the most artistically intriguing stuff, but it is free and you can use it however you need to. And the vector fill is just a way to quickly change your background color without having to color it in with a brush. Okay, I'm going to remove all this and get to the heart of what I wanted to show you today. So let's say you can't draw, but you want to start getting some imagery in here. Well, thankfully, you can actually copy and paste images from other websites. So for instance, I'm going to go to Unsplash, which is a royalty-free stock site that has plenty of amazing pictures uploaded by talented photographers. They allow you to use their work. They do ask for credit if you're going to use it, commercially or publicly seen. Anyway, you can just click on an image, copy image, and this will work on most websites and even web searches. You can click copy image, open up the drawing tool and type Command V or Control V on PC, and it'll paste your image, and you can resize it, place it however you need. You can scale it up. And we'll just fit it into the window here. And just like that, we can have a visual representation of a scene. Now, by the way, when you click save, this is actually when the photo is being uploaded to the server. So if it takes a few seconds or it feels like it's stalling out, it might be a heavy or a high quality image, and based on your internet speed, it could take a little bit of time. Okay, so you see we have the image here in our scene. Now let's just go ahead and open this back up, and you'll notice that actually this is still editable. Everything that you do in the drawing tool will remain editable, and we do not flatten it. Now another website that I use a lot is called Noun Project, and this is mostly icon-based work. So let's just say you want a globe, you can just type it in the search here, and you're going to get a lot of professionally designed icons, and they do allow you to download a free PNG version, but again, they do ask you to give credit to the artist. So let's just click on this one. You'll notice on this website you can't actually copy image, which is why we do need to download it. But it's good for demonstration purposes here because I wanted to show you can actually upload images directly to the drawing tool, and they'll also be editable assets. So you can do this and build scenes using existing assets, either from stock websites, from a web search. You can actually create your visual representations without having to draw. So just like that, our image has been updated. Now a couple things before we sign off. On the left, you'll notice there's a layers tab. This is just going to show you all the layers associated with your drawing. And since they are smart layers, you can actually right click and send them backwards or forwards. And this will just help you rearrange your layers. You can also do it from this list here. We also have a history tab, which shows you all the work that you've done in your drawing. You can go back in time. You never actually lose any of your work. And then we also have just a basic undo button. Well guys, that is the basics to the drawing tool. I hope that was informative, and I hope you can end up creating storyboards faster than ever before. That is our mission. Thanks for trying Plot. I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you next time.